Hey everybody, welcome, welcome to Hidden Horror. Thank you for spending this time with me. I appreciate that. Let's get started.
Good evening, everybody. Welcome to Hidden Horror this evening. As I promised you, I was bringing my daughter tonight to join me in this conversation. It's one of the videos that's going to be in our safety playlist on YouTube, and it's going to cover pretty much fentanyl and also the uses where people are trying to trick you by picking up money to traffic you. So I brought my daughter in. I'm not going to say she's an expert, but she did do some research last year on fentanyl, and she can add some value to this conversation. So, would you like to say anything to my subscribers? Hello, everyone. Okay, well, we're going to get started by giving you some background on fentanyl. Fentanyl is a narcotic, it's an opiate. Fentanyl is a potent synthetic opiate drug approved by the Food and Drug Administration for use as an analgesic, pain relief, and anesthetic. It is approximately 100 times more potent than morphine and 50 times more potent than heroin as an analgesic. So that means that if you're looking at pain medicine, this is many more times stronger. So you have to be very careful. And that's why we showed you in the opening that just a very tiny amount could be lethal, could be deadly. If you use that, or even if you're unintentionally using it, if it's laced in another drug, if you take it by mistake, um, it can be deadly. So this is really an important video today because it's being found in lace drugs all across the United States, and people are unintentionally dying of drug overdoses. Okay, so let's continue. Some of the street titles, and this is from dea.gov. I've linked this on the Hidden Horror Facebook page, so you have a link to get this information. Some of the street titles for fentanyl are Apache, China Girl, Chinatown, Dance Fever, Friend, Goodfellas, Great Bear, He-Man, Jackpot, King Ivory, Murder 8, Poison, and Tango and Cash. Now, how is fentanyl consumed? It can be snorted, sniffed, smoked, orally by pill or tablet, spiked onto blotter paper, patches, sold alone or in combination with heroin and other substances, has been identified in faked pills mimicking pharmaceutical drugs such as oxycodone. So, what they're saying is this can pretty much be found in a lot of different ways. It can be in another drug. You can think that you're getting a different drug, but you're getting fentanyl. It's masquerading similar to oxycodone, but remember, it is much stronger and very deadly. Um, and it can be combined with other drugs like heroin and methamphetamines also. Okay, so what are some of the effects of this drug fentanyl on the body? Similar to other opiate analgesics, fentanyl produces effects such as relaxation, euphoria, pain relief, sedation, confusion, drowsiness, dizziness, nausea and vomiting, urinary retention, pupillary constriction, and respiratory depression. So these are like a lot of different common side effects. A lot of people, they can feel relief from pain, they can feel relaxed, they can feel like sedated, calm, some confusion, some dizziness, some drowsiness. This has a lot of typical effects if you're taking drugs, and that's kind of what makes it very dangerous because of the side effects. You may not know how dangerous it is. Okay, so what are the effects of an overdose? An overdose can cause stupor, changes in pupil size, clammy skin, cyanosis, coma, and respiratory failure, leading to death. The presence of a triad of symptoms such as coma, pinpoint pupils, and respiratory depression strongly suggests opioid intoxication. So I just want to go to you, and do you have anything to add to what the DEA is providing us?
Um, I just want to add that if you were to ever see someone that you think is overdosing, don't hit them, don't touch them. If they're laying on their back, lay them on their side, so if they were to vomit, they don't choke on it. And call 911
Okay.
immediately, so they can get Narcan to wake them up from their overdose.
Because really, they're getting in like a sedated feeling,
Yes.
right?
Yes, they're
Very relaxed.
sometimes they're like unconscious usually. So if someone is like overdosing, lay them on their side. Don't ever lay them on their back. Don't hit them. Don't punch them. Don't pour water on them. Do nothing. Just lay them on their side and contact the nearest police station.
Okay. See, she's serious about that. I called her
Don't lay
doctor.
them on their back. That's the worst thing you could do for them.
And
Lay
why
them-
is that? Why don't you lay them on their back?
So when you lay on your back, it's really if they were to vomit, they can go back down their throat, which will make them choke. And obviously, because they're not alert, they're not going to try to
Yeah,
you're
you
choking.
can literally die on your own
Yes, you can
vomit.
choke on your vomit.
Yeah. Okay. I do know that.
Yes.
Okay. Good job. Okay, so we do have an article that we want to share with you. It's on fox5dc.com. It's titled "Don't Pick Up Folded Dollar Bills, Authorities Warn." So let me just say this, and let me tell you, it was written June 14, 2022, and trying to see if there's a writer. It just says by Fox 5 DC Digital Team. So I want to go back for a second. So the reason I'm bringing this because I'm trying to start a safety tip series, and my daughter, she's kind of involved a little bit behind the scenes and bringing me some of these cases and information. We kind of talk about it, and she thought this was an interesting case. And tell me how it all came about for you.
So I was on TikTok scrolling through my For You page and I saw a video about a man who found a folded dollar bill up in the Walmart parking lot. He was with his girlfriend and he opened up. It was like it's a substance in here that can be like poisonous to your body that they use to traffic people. So you will like get drowsy and tired and like sleep. So they can kidnap you, put you to as trafficking, human trafficking as a whole.
Right. So this is another way, another device, another trick that they're using now, targeting mostly women that may decide, oh, there's some money on the ground. I'm going to pick it up. And what's happening when they physically touch the money, it's coated, it's laced, it's sitting in, well, what they really found is methamphetamines and fentanyl. And that if it's in a small enough dose, like you said, you're going to get the drowsiness and they can just come and they can snatch you.
Yes.
So it's really a trap.
Yes. And then sometimes it's not always in a dollar bill. Sometimes they'll put in your door handle so you can't leave. And you have to, get it out your door handle to open up your door. So they'll get you that way. That's why I recommend if it is on your door handle, go into the passenger side. You might have to climb, but don't touch it. Like no one
It's
do not
extremely
touch it.
dangerous.
Do not
Right.
touch it. Go through the passenger side and climb to your driver's side and lock your doors. Don't and have somebody say a family member or something get gloves and get it.
Yeah, it's really dangerous. Okay, so let's get into this article. Authorities in Tennessee have issued a warning against picking up folded dollar bills after one was found containing a substance that tested positive for fentanyl. I want to make sure we have our comments up too if anybody wants to comment. Okay. The Perry County Sheriff's Department issued the warning on June 9th after they say two separate incidents of folded money found on the floor at a Perry County gas station were reported. Investigators say one of the bills was found and picked up by a person who reported finding a white powdery substance inside. Officials say the substance was tested and was found to be positive for methamphetamine and fentanyl. Several days later, a third instance was reported in Perry County. This time, a folded $10 bill was found with a substance on it that also tested positive for fentanyl. No injuries have been reported at this time. Authorities in Perry County say they do not believe the bills are intentionally being placed in areas around the county and speculate the money was dropped unknowingly. Well, how do they know that? How do they know that? I think they really try to protect the public. They don't want people to be fearful, so they tell you these things just to soothe you, calm you down, make you not be in fear. But how do they know this is not intentional? But anyway, this is a very dangerous issue, the Sheriff's Department posted online. Please share and educate your children to not pick up any folded money they may find in or around businesses, playgrounds, etc., without using great caution and even alerting a parent or guardian. Last year, for the first time, more than 100,000 Americans died of drug overdoses over a 12-month period. I need to read that again. Last year, for the first time, more than 100,000, that's a big number. 100,000 Americans died of drug overdoses over a 12-month period. According to the U.S. Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, with about two-thirds of those deaths linked to fentanyl and other synthetic drugs. So they're saying out of that 100,000 deaths, two-thirds, that's about 66%, 66,000 of those deaths are linked to fentanyl and other synthetic drugs. And that's an overdose. Now, do you think all of those people are intentionally trying to die? More than likely, it's unknown. They're not knowing that they have fentanyl laced drugs or fentanyl combined within another drug. That's really scary. I mean, that's extremely high. How many people was that? 22,000 in each state. If we look at 50 states, that's a lot of deaths. The Virginia Department of Health reported an overall increase in fatal drug overdoses in 2021, with synthetic fentanyl contributing to the most deaths. So again, fentanyl is on the alert of the medical community, policing, they're looking for fentanyl. They're seeing the level of deaths from fentanyl increase. Now, there is a video attached in the article. There was a young lady that unknowingly purchased some drugs and she actually ended up dying because those drugs were laced in fentanyl and it caused her death. It was a lethal amount. And again, I've already showed you that is just a small amount, 2 milligrams on the tip of a pencil. That is all that is needed to be deadly. Do we need to show that again? That amount? Yeah, let's show that again. We'll show that amount again. Now we're going to share the TikTok that my daughter found and just let you see the circumstances surrounding this. Again, they're placing the money in places where there's going to be likely women shopping, of course, out, and they're probably going to touch it and pick it up, and they're putting the drug wrapped into the money. So when you pick it up, you don't see the drug, you don't see the substance. But once you open it, if you touched it, it's going to have some effects. Unless you're using some gloves, potentially it would not get through those gloves, plastic gloves, likely. Um, but let us share the screen so you can see the TikTok that started this whole conversation. Now, is there a person that this TikTok belongs to, or how do we recognize anybody in a TikTok? Or
The dollar bill. And if you can see, there's some things coming out of this. And what I want to do is I want to open this up, but I wouldn't touch it if I were you, because this is how they trick people.
that's right there.
Foot here, and open this up. I really don't want to touch it with my hands. You see, there's like a substance in there, some sort of white powder.
Is that at the end?
Open without touching it. Oh, we're getting there. I mean, this can be in a public place.
Okay, I just wanted to stop it because you can see some of that white powdery substance kind of on the ground already here and there. And the person that this TikTok was posted by is
At Janelle and Kate on TikTok.
okay. Thank you.
Like right now, I'm with my girlfriend in the parking lot. Show you here of we're just in Walmart, and I can get this thing open.
Like, how do you know they're
You can see
doing it?
the white stuff on the sides. Oh, there it is. Look. So people put things on these bills, and it's basically like to drug you. So be careful out there. Don't pick up things that you're not supposed to.
Oh, that's scary. Okay. Okay, so that was the TikTok video that started it all. Do you want to add anything further?
Um, I would say be careful. Be careful. Anything and everything, be careful. Be careful.
Yeah, we talk about safety stuff
All
all the time. Like, it's really funny. I think I prepare her very young and always to be alert, to be thinking, to be watching surroundings, watching people, behavior, any circumstances, not being out late at night, not taking drugs, not giving drugs, not even putting yourself in a position to remove yourself if something was to happen, and to always reach out if she had any issues. And that's something we're going to talk about in the next video with the two younger people that one of them lost their life over the issue with the cell phone. And when my daughter was younger, she had a cell phone. She was fascinated by cell phones from birth up. She had a 30 plus cell phones. But when she finally got her own cell phone at about the age of 7 or 8, she's pretty much had a cell phone continuously for communication between her and her dad. Um, as we share the custody. So we're going to talk about that in the next video, but we just want to thank you for spending this time with us. We hope this information is helpful to you. Please share it. Please just get out this information to help others, and also just increase awareness, because I didn't know it. And if she didn't tell me, I probably would not have seen it, because it was on a platform, TikTok, that I'm not on, that I wouldn't have normally seen something like that. And I didn't see it in the news. So we had to kind of search that out to find something more current. But I guess it's more common than not. And this is another way for these people to pretty much kidnap you without any resistance. and you're just picking up something that you see on the ground that has value, that's money, and people are going to do it and they're going to touch it, and hopefully nothing bad happens to you, nothing comes to you if you do that, right? Because I'm sure if I didn't know, I'm sure there's a ton of people that don't know, and I read all the time. So do you want to add anything else before we wrap?
I need to emphasize this. Do not lay somebody that's overdosing on their back. On their side, always. On their side.
Okay.
That's it.
Thank you, doctor. Okay, well, thank you for spending this time with us. Remember, stay smart, stay safe, stay savvy. We're going to start rolling out some more tips to keep everybody aware, alert, and safe. Thank you again. Have a beautiful evening. Bye, everybody. Bye.